I thank the gentleman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for holding this important hearing. Yesterday, some of us were privileged to attend a briefing by Sam Altman on generative AI. 30 years ago, as the internet was in its nascent stage, we were forced to grapple with a series of questions about how that then emerging technology would change our society and whether our laws were sufficient to address these new challenges. We are still wrestling with many of those issues today. Now a new technology, artificial intelligence, has emerged that has a similar potential to transform many aspects of our lives. And once again, as our technology evolves, we must determine if our laws must evolve as well. Although AI gives rise to a myriad of issues, today we are focusing on the intersection between artificial intelligence and copyright. Even within this limited sphere of the law, I find myself with far more questions than answers as we begin this inquiry. At its core, the fundamental question we must ask is, how can we promote innovation and further development of generative artificial intelligence models while also protecting the rights of creators whose works are the engine that fuels these models and who must compete with AI-generated work in the marketplace? This is not an easy balance to strike, and many answers just lead to more questions. For example, a typical AI model trains on vast quantities of data, analyzing the underlying text, images, or music as it learns to make predictions based on that information to generate new works. Much of the information on which these generative AI systems rely is found in copyrighted works. But typically, these works are used without seeking the permission of the copyright holder. And worse yet, there is little transparency as to which copyright works are used, thus preventing creators from asserting their rights. In effect, AI systems are generating new content based on their work, content that may one day directly compete with their work, but without their knowledge or consent, and certainly without compensation. This is a troubling development, but the solutions are far from clear. What is the proper way to license these works and to monitor compliance? And what sort of transparency and accountability should be built into these systems? It's time to begin considering these important issues. As we wrestle with these questions about how to treat the inputs into a generative AI system, there are equally thorny questions about the outputs. How should the copyright laws treat works that are generated by an AI model? The Copyright Office recently offered guidance on that question. According to the guidance, only works of, quote, human authorship are eligible for copyright protection. It goes on to explain that it is necessarily a fact-specific inquiry to determine where the line is between human work that is merely assisted by AI technology and works in which the traditional elements of authorship were actually conceived and executed by the AI model itself. To add further complexity, in some cases, certain aspects of a single work may be eligible for protection while others are not. We must consider whether the Copyright Office has the tools and resources it needs to evaluate AI-related applications and to enforce existing rules. Finally, there are important questions about the impact that AI-generated works will have on the market for human-authored works, works that may have served as the foundation for generating the AI work in the first place. While we work to promote innovation in the AI realm, we must also ensure that artificial works do not displace human creators or threaten the ability of the creative class to thrive. Already, creators like the members of the Writers Guild of America are uniting to speak up for their own rights and to ensure that they are not replaced by AI systems. All these issues lead to a final set of questions. What, if anything, should Congress do to ensure that we strike the right balance between protecting creators and promoting innovation? These complex issues? Should we wait and see how AI technology evolves before taking any action, or let these issues play out in the courts? There are no easy answers, but I appreciate the opportunity to be thinking through these important questions with our distinguished panel of witnesses. I thank the chairman for holding this hearing, and I yield back the balance of my time.